The revelation that Mark Zuckerberg plans to exercise $5 billion worth of stock options before his IPO suggests his tax bill this year would be, I don't know, $2 billion. That's according to Rob Wood, the tax lawyer here on the Legal Broadcast Network. Rob, welcome back.
Thanks, Scott. Nice to be here.
So I guess compared to other big taxpayers, this wouldn't be that much. Why would he owe so much?
Well, obviously a lot of people have been looking at the Facebook IPO. I think lots of people would love to be investors. But as to Zuckerberg, some people say, and I think probably correctly, that there has never been an individual who has paid that much tax. I mean, it is a rather astounding payday. Especially when you consider that the whole industry and that business, social networking, is still more in its infancy than mature. But the issue with options, and in the article I tried to talk a little bit about how stock options are taxed. Options that are created in connection with services and awarded by an employer are generally taxed as wages. I mean, they're ordinary income. Once you exercise and hold stock, of course, if you later sell the stock, provided that you've held it for the requisite 1-year period, then you could have capital gain. But at the time you exercise, and this is something a lot of people just forget, you normally have ordinary income, and that's the result for Zuckerberg. So that's why you get this, I guess it's roughly $1.5 million federal tax bill and about $500,000 to California, which, by the way, California is very happy about.
Oh, I'm sure they are. And this kind of goes against the prevailing notion that the rich end up paying no taxes. He probably has, for a wealthy person, this is an incredibly large tax bill.
That's a fair point. I mean, there's been a lot of, with the election going on and people looking at Gingrich and Romney and various other tax returns, there is a lot of talk, a la Warren Buffett, about tax rates and which things are treated as capital gain and which aren't. In Zuckerberg's case, one of the things I speculate about in the article, and I must stress that I don't know anything except for publicly available information about Zuckerberg, but I discuss whether it might have been possible for him to make an 83B election. That's something that I think we've talked about before. It's something that people, when they're planning equity, either restricted stock or stock options, it's something that is available if you know what you're doing, to basically elect to include something in income earlier than you actually have an unrestricted right to get it. It's counterintuitive, of course. Normally, we all know that you want to put off, if possible, paying taxes. That's one of the sort of classic tax planning devices is deferral. But I did in the article discuss whether he might have made an 83B election and might have reduced his current tax bill and therefore gotten capital gain treatment. But I guess any way you slice it, back to your first point, Scott, $2 billion is a lot of money. And of course, if you have $5 billion and you pay $2 million in tax, you still have $3 billion, which is still a lot of money.
That probably still is walking around money for him.
I don't know.
Anyway, well, I'm so sorry for him. I'm so sorry for him. But anyway, Rob, we appreciate your time and expertise in this area.
Thank you.
This, by the way, is an article Rob wrote in Forbes Top Tax Tips from Zuckerberg's Facebook Bonanza. You can find this article and many more at woodllp.com and especially Forbes.com. This is The Tax Lawyer on the Legal Broadcast Network.